Hi everyone, this is Kali from Be Empowered, Be Forever Beautiful, and today we're at the Terrytown Farmers Market with Natalie, who represents Brookside Farm. Where's your farm located?
We're up in Gardiner, New York, which is about an hour and a half north of here, kind of right across the river from Poughkeepsie.
What kind of food does your farm specialize in?
We do organic meats, so we have grass-fed beef, pastured chicken, also organic pork, and then we also have eggs from our chickens.
Okay, so what's so great about grass-fed? I feel like that's the new buzzword. So what's so great about grass-fed versus like grain-fed?
Right. Well, basically, cows aren't able to process grain and corn. So when normal beef cattle are given grain and corn, they're really unhealthy. They end up kind of bloated, which is ideal for these farmers who just mass produce things. But it's really an unhealthy animal, which is why they have to give them antibiotics to keep them alive, really, and also keep them full of hormones. But with grass-fed, basically the animals are getting what they're supposed to.
Natural, that's what they weren't meant to eat grains, right?
But you also have to be careful, because when people say grass-fed, that doesn't necessarily mean grass-fed their whole lives.
Okay.
There's a process called finishing, and it's done one of two ways. Either cattle are corn and grain-fed for their whole lives, and then right before they're slaughtered, they're given 2 weeks to eat grass. And then that can be called grass-fed. Or alternatively, they can be fed grass for their whole lives, and then for the last 2 weeks be fed corn and grain to kind of fatten them up at the end. But at Brookside, our cattle are 100% grass-fed from birth to death. No hormones, no antibiotics, absolutely as pure as you can get.
Okay, so that's cool. So, but that's good because we are what the animals eat, right?
Exactly.
So if we're allergic to grains, but we don't think about, hey, the cow is eating grains.
Actually, I had a woman at this market who told me that she was allergic to beef. But then she tried grass-fed and she had no problem with it. Because it turns out she was allergic to an antibiotic those cows were being given.
Okay.
So the great thing about eating grass-fed and organic is you're not being exposed to those antibiotics, but you're also not being exposed to antibiotic-resistant bacteria that those cows are developing.
Okay. So let's see what kind of food you have here.
So today...
And you keep them frozen, right?
Yes, I keep them frozen just because it's the safest way to take them to markets. However, you don't have to worry as much about food poisoning and diseases with this kind of meat, because when chickens, for example, this is one of my little baby chickens, when chickens are kept in such close quarters like they are in factory farms, the risk of salmonella poisoning increases 1,000,000-fold. So you're much less likely to get any kind of salmonella or bacteria.
I'll hold it open for you.
Yeah. If you can see that the beef we have is a little bit leaner, which is great if you're sort of watching your figure, but the fat that you are getting is actually good fat because the vitamins in grass are fat soluble. So basically when you are eating fat, you're not getting bad things, you're getting good things.
Especially, animal fat is good.
Exactly. This is really good for you. That's where all the vitamins are coming from. In addition, the fat in grass-fed beef is really high in omega-3s, and low in omega-6s. So omega-6 fatty acids they kind of create inflammatory diseases and increases your risk of cancer, whereas the omega-3s are great for heart disease. They lower your risk of diabetes, and also they've been shown to be a mood booster.
Wow.
We work on a pasture rotation system, which means that all of our animals are moved to fresh pastures daily. So first the cattle go through, and then afterwards the chickens come through, and they basically eat just what they find in the pastures. So they're ingesting just protein. Again, not corn, not grains, exactly what they're supposed to be eating. Nope. Only the bugs that they find in the pastures. So these eggs are much higher in protein.
I'll hold this.
Here, I can just put one on top. Okay. But they also are actually lower in cholesterol.
And they're beautiful.
Yeah.
They come in different color shades of brown.
Yeah. Because normally when you buy eggs from the grocery store, those chickens have been, they've had stress induced upon them. Lots of factory farms will actually put strobe lights in coops because chickens lay more eggs when they're stressed out. So, but that creates, they're releasing a lot of this stress hormone, and that creates the kind of bad cholesterols. But these chickens are totally happy. They're roaming free.
Right.
We don't even have fences. We actually just have guard dogs who kind of keep our chickens safe.
Yeah.
So since our chickens are less stressed, they aren't releasing that stress hormone. So these are so much lower in cholesterol than normal eggs.
That's good to know.
Yeah.
How big is the farm? Did you say that?
We have about 200 acres, I believe.
Wow.
You know, it takes a lot of land to move them through. But yeah, you know, it's just a great system because it's also good for the environment. Because we're not overusing any one piece of our land, and it's naturally reseeded and fertilized when the chickens scratch up the soil.
Do you guys do farm tours as well?
Yes, we do. We're located on Albany Post Road, up in Gardiner, and if you look us up online, Brookside Farm, you'll find our website with our phone number and our email address. You're more than welcome to call, set up a time to come up. We have a farm store on the farm where we sell all of our products.
Okay.
You can also just come take a look around and see how animals really should be raised.
Well, that's wonderful. Thank you for your time. And this is good information. It's great to shop at a farmer's market, but to ask the question, because we know all farmers don't use the same practices.
It's true.
So I'm glad that you're open to, telling us about your farming practices. Thank you very much.
Thank you.